I was filming that movie up in Michigan this weekend. I Jeffrey.
I like that he's hiding his face in
You should
rightful shame.
more.
Please
Um,
cut that.
Also, this story's really mean to one person, but after this, fuck this guy. I hope he's watching it, and I hope he fucking hears this because I hate him. Um,
I love the tension.
the lighting guy, the gaffer, is very cool, talented, a little awkward. Whatever, fine. We like him a lot. 2 great days go by. He's lighting the shit out of this movie. It looks great. The second night comes, and each night there's a hot tub. We'll drink a little bit, we'll smoke a little bit, and then we'll go to bed. He leaves during filming to go to a dispensary after telling us he doesn't really smoke weed that much. He comes back with a bunch of pre-rolled joints and edibles. My two friends, the makeup artist and the sound guy, smoke an insane amount of weed. He gives them edibles. He takes one. He goes, look, they're all fives, which is like nothing. They're 5 milligrams. They look at the bag after taking them. He has just taken and given them both 50 milligram edibles. They, who smoke a lot of weed, go, okay, there's a lot, but we'll be fine. He does not really consume weed. He slowly, over the next hour or so, starts accusing people in the middle of their conversations of being mean to him and calling him weird and hating him. No one's even talking to him. He starts going, why are you guys being so weird to me? Why don't you like me? I've been trying to get you to like me the whole weekend. And we're all like, dude, we all like you. You're great. And then he starts going, this is fucked up. This is all so messed up. You guys are so bad. Why are you doing this? Just like rambling. Makes no sense. We all go, let's get out of the hot tub. Let's go into the house. We get in the house. He's gone. I go, where the fuck did he go? I go outside. He's on the phone with his wife, and he's taking his thousands of dollars of lighting equipment and trying to put him in his car. But he doesn't know where his car is, so he's just putting him out in the rain. And we would like touch him and bring him back in the garage. And he went, you're stealing my things and you're kidnapping me. You're not letting me leave. You're not letting me leave. Get away, get away, get away. And he's on the phone with his wife yelling, they're kidnapping me. And so it's 3 a.m. We have to film at 7 in the morning. He's our only lighting guy. It's all his equipment. We spend the next 2 hours with him pacing the house, saying he's going to call the police if we get close to him. And he's taking all his lighting equipment and putting it in the car. He's accusing us of stealing his bag, which we found in his room. And finally, he goes to bed after calling both his wife and his mom and saying we were trying to kidnap him. And then he wakes up and says he's pulling the plug and leaves with all his lights. So we had to, on a 2 hours notice, contact 2 other lighting guys who drove up and were much more talented than this first fucking guy and really professional. And then he could not get his car to start and would not ask us for a jump because he was so embarrassed. So we hung around the rest of the day while we filmed and then paid $600 to get his car towed and left. Yeah.
Can we bring him on the show?
Special guest. Jeffrey, we don't need a special guest next week. We've got a new special guest.
Wait, will I still get to be on the show, though?
No.
Oh, no.
No. How many special guests should have, Jeffrey?
More than one.
Okay, on that note, here's my list. Okay? My list is Jeffrey, Avery, Max, Josh.
Jeffrey, Avery, Max, Josh.
Most likely to get kicked off the show.
No, it's actually relating to what we were talking about just before getting kicked off the show.
I think it would be Jeffrey, Max, Avery, Josh for most likely to be kicked off the show.
Yeah, I think you would just switch. Actually, that might be the right order for this other one too.
Why am I the most likely?
You're the special guest.
Yeah, that is true. Special guest leaves first. But I'm the host, so that is unfair.
I like how we weren't talking about that list, but Josh was like, I want you all to know where you stand with me. I think that's...
Right, well, my list was most likely to get too high and think people are kidnapping them.
I was going to say that.
I would definitely do that. I would definitely think that. All right, that's spot on.
I've got a list too. My list goes Josh, Avery, Max, Hefe.
Jeffrey, it kind of feels good when we're always lumped together and they're always together. And there's always a pretty big split between Avery, Josh, and it's never like a gradual.
Nope. It's way up here and way down here. And it'll be like basic skills. It'll just be like skills in general.
This is not a skill, but it is an innate ability that everyone possesses to some degree.
Josh, Avery, Max, Jeffrey.
An innate
self-regulation.
skill.
Huh.
No,
That's
actually, Jeffrey's above me on that.
maybe.
An
Maybe.
innate ability. An innate ability.
Something inborn.
Inborn. Hatred.
Hmm.
What? He said an innate ability, and you said, I got it.
Oh boy, do I know one. What
What
Josh is just full of,
What?
and I have none of.
What?
Hatred.
Oh.
You know what, though? I do think Jeffrey has very little capacity for hatred.
I
Max-
actually think this is the correct hatred ranking.
Absolutely disagree. Max, you say you hate things more than any person I've ever met.
Have you
in my
ever,
life.
but wait, this is important. Have you ever once believed I actually hated or was mildly annoyed?
I think it's true for you in that moment. If you hate something, you hate it in that moment.
Didn't you just 2 minutes ago say the guy in your story you hated with a passion?
Okay,
And
did you all meet Max McCune today? You are talking about how I'm feeling based upon what I'm saying, and those are not. There's not a one-to-one correlation there. I say I hate things all the time. All right, back to this list. Josh,
Max, I have seen you so viscerally repulsed by people in spaces where we are working professionally that you have to leave the room.
I do get repulsed by people. Repulsion and hatred are different.
Max, what groups of people would you say causes you to do that?
All right, Josh, Avery, Max, Jeffrey.
That's fair.
He said, never mind.
Is the list for... I don't know. Jeffrey, do you have a guess?
I'm going to say Floss is the most.
We've literally
That
done
was one.
We've done that one?
list.
We've done that one? Was this the right one?
Was this the order?
No, it wasn't. Avery was first. Avery was most likely, and it was least likely to floss. Or it was most likely, no, it was Avery, me, Max, Jeffrey, because Jeffrey hasn't flossed in years.
Shit is fake. Flossing does fucking nothing.
It's not fake. It's
not fake. That's what you
decidedly not
flossed
fake.
yesterday, and my gums hurt and bled, so I don't do it.
So
enough.
why would you do it again? Exactly. Why would I fucking cut an open wound
Josh,
into
what
my
is
mouth?
this list? What is this? It's not supposed to be an open wound. What is this list? What is this list, Josh?
This list is a list of who can most smell.
What?
Who can smell, like with their nose? I can smell the most. I smell everything and I like smelling things. Avery is good at smelling. She likes scented things and perfumes. Max, I imagine that you can smell to some degree. And Jeffrey is last because Jeffrey lacks the innate ability to smell. He does not have access to that sense.
Okay. You're also not good at taste, isn't that? I mean, that would make sense.
I can taste.
I can't taste either.
Wait,
shut up! I can taste. I just can't smell.
Can you actually not smell?
I can smell. I am capable of smelling. I've smelled chocolate before. I've smelled. I've smelled some candles.
You're gonna list all the things you've smelled. What is the actual issue with your smelling?
I'm not gonna go to a doctor about that. Nobody needs smell.
Doesn't floss. Won't go to a doctor.
I have not gotten it checked out. It makes my other senses stronger. I will say, as a anecdote,
you're not the daredevil of smell. You can't hear better because you can't smell.
I will say, as an anecdote for my smell, I didn't realize that all fruits had scents until a month ago when somebody told me. I thought oranges had smells. I thought apples kind of had a vague aura when you knew an apple was being cooked nearby, and everything else I was like, it doesn't have a smell. Turns out all fruits have. Turns out actually pretty much everything has a smell.
Yeah.
And some smells are just stronger than others.
And fruits are some of the stronger of the things that smell.
You know what smells a ton? Candles.
That's the point.
I can consistently smell if a candle is burning.
The least hot take I've ever heard in my entire life.
On that note, hey everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of Gaslight Gameshow, the only character-driven game show with real-world consequences. Every week, a movie is selected and we all watch it. And every week, each of our 3 contestants write their own review for that movie. But, and here's the twist, not as themselves. They must concoct brand new characters and write in their voices. Before each episode, they swap their creations amongst themselves. They read each other's work here, live, for the first time, responding to questions as the characters they wrote for one another. The catch is, I have to guess who originally wrote what. Every episode has a winner and a loser. Winners get rewarded, and
Losers get punished.
Losers get punished.
I win. I did it first.
Avery beat us
next time.
That's what this game show is about.
That's why Avery
Avery's
wins all
already
the
up a
time.
point.
Damn it. Fuck.
no one's safe, not even me.
Especially
As
not
always,
you.
that's what it feels like. As always, our contestants are Josh Horst,
Hello.
Avery Baker,
Hi.
and I'm your host, Max McCune. This week, we have a featured guest, Jeffrey Nolan.
Wow. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, would you tell everyone a bit about yourself?
I'm not going to do a bit. I'm not your monkey.
All right, calm down. You're going to the stage in just a moment, Jeffrey. Just wait your turn, you malnourished howler monkey. Today, for episode
I
8,
said I'm not a monkey.
and I get the last word, I'm the host, Avery elected that we all watch American Psycho, a movie about one man's rigorous health and beauty routine. But before we swap skincare tips, we have some business to attend to. Jeffrey, our special guest, do you know what time it is?
Punishment time.
That's very impressive, Jeffrey, seeing as you're a special guest and not usually
Stop.
on the... It is time. Last week, Avery won. But with winners come losers. And Jeffrey lost. And Jeffrey, what do losers get?
Losers get punished.
Losers get punished. Very well done, Jeffrey. Now, Jeffrey gave Josh a reprieve from relentless suckdom by shitting the bed, and for his punishment, he had to film Jeffrey on the street, setting up a table where anyone could win $5 for beating him in an arm wrestling competition. Don't you, kind viewer, wish you asked him that day? You could have had a nice, crisp $5 bill. It is possible, however, hey, I'm getting ahead of myself. It is possible that Jeffrey won every match and receives no penalty. Jeffrey, are you ready to show us the results of Jeffrey on the street?
Yep.
I
I'm
think
so
we are
excited.
all do. Great. We can't wait to see how you performed. Please share the video when you are ready.
Here we go.
Welcome to Jeffrey on the Street. Let's get ready for the inevitable. Or, who knows? Maybe I'll win.
Fucking hate this show. That's what we got. Wow. Hope you liked it. I was by that table for 2 hours. For 2 hours. I had to go up to people. No, not one person came up to me. I had to go up to people. Multiple people said no. Multiple people were kind of mean about it and said, I'm not dumb. No. As if I was trying to get them. The people who did agree to it laughed at how easily they won. It was terrible. I had to beg people to take my $5 and slam my hand on the table. Oh my God. It sucked. It was terrible. People were giving me arm wrestling tips after they beat me because of how bad they felt. It was awful. I was there for 2 hours.
What were the tips,
my
Jeffrey?
God.
It was about
Oh my
it was
God.
leverage and things like that. It was nuts. Some of them would come up to the table and I would have to beg somebody walking by that I knew would beat me in a second, please arm wrestle me. And they're like, no. I'm not gonna. I'm like, I will pay you. They're like, there's a trick. No,
It's so funny.
fucking
Oh,
sucked.
Jeffrey,
Terrible.
Jeffrey, thank you. Woo, that was
Ah!
a good one. Does anyone have any further comments about it?
I feel like the rejection was the greatest punishment of all.
Oh my god. It's
That
11 seconds
video-
for us, 2 hours for him.
It looked like someone was like straightening out a white pipe cleaner onto the table.
Oh.
Oh, it looks like arts and crafts. That was crazy.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Jeffrey, for starting off strong. Guys, that's how you special guest. I hope our next featured guest.
Stop.
I hope our next featured guest is just as good as Jeffrey is. All right, let's move on. I'm not going to stop thinking about it, though. All right, before we hear what these psychopaths wrote, let's recap the movie we watched. On IMDb, the synopsis for American Psycho is: a wealthy New York City investment banking executive, Patrick Bateman, hides his alternate psychopathic ego from his coworkers and friends as he delves deeper into his violent, hedonistic fantasies. Now, we're going to hear everyone's rating of the movie on a scale of 1 to 10 and a brief, if you can manage, explanation of why. Who'd like to kick us off with their rating?
I can start. I want to say first off, I think we cut it, but I want to just comment that I think that was a pretty good summary. I think IMDb did a pretty good job summarizing that.
Why do you think we cut it? Do you think we cut it so that we could have you still say that?
I was worried.
We cut
we were
it.
gonna miss that content.
Did you not see when I sent to the group text that we were going to cut that portion?
No, I saw that we were gonna cut it. I just
So you just elected to still just grind our momentum to a halt?
I think we're bantering, which is kind of part of the show.
For anyone who, for some reason, started watching at episode 8, which is an odd decision, we used to rate the synopsis of the film, which is an odd exercise, given that there's no real creativity in the synopsis writing, and no one cares. And we finally decided that that is the truth. No one cares. And I think this is the most of an opinion Jeffrey's had on a synopsis yet. And he gave it the first week he's not supposed to say anything about the synopsis. Oh, now with that in mind, Jeffrey, would you give us your rating of American Psycho?
I thought this movie was great. I like this movie a lot. I would give this movie an 8.5. Yeah, I thought it was smart. I liked that it wasn't even that like he was a bad guy and like he got his comeuppance.
Jeffrey's a big fan of Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, he's just a cool. No, it wasn't just that. It was that he was specifically like a loser, and that everybody didn't like him just for like not being cool. I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
And the other stuff was good too.
For sure.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
In our last episode, I said that I liked movies that confused people, like Fight Club or Wolf of Wall Street, like movies that make people misinterpret the meaning. I can understand Fight Club and Wolf of Wall Street to an extent, but rewatching this film, I am so confused how it has cultivated this like a mass of individuals that think that there is anything admirable about this character. It's fascinating to me because I watched it like late high school, I think, and at that point I was still in touch with the satire to an extent because I knew about the novel beforehand and the director and that kind of thing. But now even more so, like I can't imagine how you could take yourself seriously and hold that sort of point of view.
It is bafflingly satirical. It is a bafflingly satirical movie. There's pretty much the movie doesn't exist if it's not satire. Like that's the whole movie.
Right.
The one of the great scenes of all time, the business card scene. How does that exist except to make fun of any of those characters? His sweat. I give it like a 9. I love it. I like this one.
I give it like a 7, I think. I want to hear Avery's review and then I have a final question.
I haven't seen this movie in a long time. It was fun to see it again. I agree. I think it is very satirical, but I would say that it is very clear to me why some people take that character and they're like, that's who I want to be. That's going to be who I am. And maybe it's because I've met people, like I met a New York guy who was in investment banking, who at one point was like, my favorite book, my favorite movie, American Psycho. And it was not because of the satire. It's because he's like, what? Like skincare routine? Okay, I see where this guy is coming from. Like, I also think I'm hot. I want to be Patrick Bateman. And it's because there is a tendency to not see past like the visual stimulation. They're like, Patrick, like hot, I hot too. I be him, we same. And maybe I also want to hurt women. It's okay. So that's, that is, yeah. So I like the movie. I think the director did a great job. I think the actors did a great job. It was fun to see Reese Witherspoon. Totally forgot she was in this movie. And she is excellent for the few seconds she's on screen. I'd say I'd give it probably an 8, 2. I agree with Jeffrey.
Avery, regarding one of your points about I hot too, I also might want to hurt women.
Yeah, that was verbatim.
That was verbatim. I listened to what you say, Avery. You take any New York like stock finance guy, the thing they have in common with Patrick Bateman is way more likely to be hating women than being as hot as Christian Bale. Just putting it out there. Way more finance guys hate women than are as hot as Christian Bale. And I think that's also part of the problem. They all want to be as hot as Christian Bale, and that's the part they don't share with him.
I think you could apply that to most people. You know what I mean? Like they hate women, but they're not as hot as Christian Bale. Like that's hot takes. Anyway.
I have a final question. Yeah. Now that we have all four of us eviscerated the character of Patrick Bateman, I want to circle back to 2 comments made by Max McCune in earlier episodes.
Before you even repeat the comment, I'm going to lock in that my opinion is the same. Now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. Just setting the ball right on the tee for Josh. That just say, here you go, guy. Knock it out. Knock it out.
Then
please.
Let's address it. Let's get into it. Max has compared me to Patrick Bateman twice in 2 episodes before he's ever seen. He also admitted that he had never even seen the film. That's like in college when he was a devout communist and he had read the prologue of Marx's manifesto.
Okay, I know I had read the full abridged Communist Manifesto, and I've still not read. No, wait, we're not getting into this right now. We're not getting into this right now. I have done a lot of reading.
I would like to say that I also looked into this, and exactly when you do it, Max, I believe is episode 2 at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. So I wrote that down. I made a note for it to bring up in the show.
I compared him to Patrick Bateman before we even were thinking about watching American Psycho.
Yeah.
Why do you think I chose this movie, Max?
Well, first of all, you're welcome for the inspiration. And second of all, Josh, I am kidding. I do not think you are much like Patrick Bateman. I think you are closer to being as hot as Christian Bale than you are to hating women as much as Patrick Bateman. So good job. And secondly, I think you have lifestyle habits slightly similar to Patrick Bateman in terms of, honestly, I just said you take care of your skin. That's mostly what I was saying. That's mostly what I was saying by it. So now it's a compliment. I think we move on from this part.
This conversation has gone beautifully. Thank you, gentlemen. I think this was par for the course.
Milady.
Cut that.
I'm gonna cut a lot of this. I'm gonna cut most of this.
I'm really striking out a lot here.
All right. Now on to the reviews. We're going to go over the specifics. These 3 freaks watched American Psycho, as did I.
Did you?
I did. You think I'm yelling all these opinions for no reason?
It's not like a great...
All right. Now on to the reviews. Let's go over the specifics. These 3 freaks watched American Psycho and randomly generated a name, age, and location for their character. Everything else you hear is all them. They used those prompts to create a character and then wrote a movie review in their voice. You'll hear each of them read 4 main sections in character. 1, character bios. 2, get to know you questions. 3, improvised responses. And 4, the movie review. Jeffrey, I always find your counting very helpful. All but the improvised responses have been written for them beforehand. This is also the first time the contestants have seen each other's work. It's a cold read. They very well may have no idea what they're about to say. And I have no idea which of them made what character and corresponding review. The writer is not necessarily the reader, and I have to guess who wrote what. They're trying to trick me because if I get them all wrong, I lose, which I hate doing. But if I get even one right, then whichever one of them I score the lowest is the loser. No matter what, someone's getting shafted. There will always be a loser.
Losers get punished.
Losers get punished. Fuck!
Right. Jeffrey is not being invited back on the show.
Jeffrey gets a point.
I was
Damn
first.
it.
I was first.
We only do that twice.
He'll start by getting to know each character with a structured interview, do some off-the-cuff Q&A as a group, and to finish off, we'll hear the reader's movie review. Our first reader is Jeffrey. Jeffrey, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
My name is Danny Bond. I am 36 years old, and I live in Atkinson, North Carolina. The title of my review is Hard Times Created Me.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, Danny. Danny, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Recently divorced, mutual decision. Yeah, and working on myself, perfecting the vessel. I care about hustle. Largest mall kiosk cell phone supplier in the southern North Carolina. That's me. Yeah. Values matter. Family matters. I'm loyal, but I can be a fierce enemy if you come for the ones I love. I love my kids. They're my world on the weekends. Yeah, I guess I still love my ex-wife. You never really stop loving, and I love hard. She's the one that got away after she found out I had an affair. She's crazy, but so am I.
Wow.
Normal
Danny.
people are boring. They're
Sorry.
boring. She was my chaos, my Harley Quinn. My battles haven't been easy, but if you knock me down, I get up so quickly to show you I won't stay down, ever. And you can always know that because I've always said that. And I always back up my words with actions.
Wow, Danny, nice to meet you. Congrats on all the success with the mall kiosks.
Hell yeah, dude.
Awesome. Now, Danny, I've got a couple questions. First of all, what is the coolest thing you ever made?
Me? Yeah, self-made. No one gave me anything on a silver spoon. I had to fight, for everything. And I'm still fighting every day. Haters and demons. I made this body. I crafted this image. You get it. I can tell you've put thought into your look, dude. Your hair, your clothes. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'm a fellow connoisseur of the visual aesthetics. I possess a similar metrosexual, but still dangerous appearance. Women see we're masculine, but our fingernails are clean. There's some things you do well, but I could give you some tips. I guess my I guess my kids are cool too. Like making them. I like making them too.
All right, Danny. Danny, this is I've got another question for you after this, but related to what you just said, I would like to hear one of your tips for my appearance. What would help out, Danny?
Great question.
Yeah? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, dude. I am so glad you asked. Honestly, what I would say right off the bat, I can't see a lot, dude, because of the screen, but arms, I think we just spend a little more time on them. Right? Just kind of heightening the definition a bit. Right? It's a strong start. And that's what it's all about. It's about starting. All right. But it's also about finishing. That's a battle that I've had to, fight a lot. I start a lot, but finishing's a lot tougher for me. But not anymore, though, since I've been working on it. But I think maybe you could do some of that, dude.
Thank you, Danny. That's helpful. I'll make sure to hit my arms more, and I'm glad you've been finishing more as well.
Every day.
Danny, what do you think is the meaning of life?
That's a good one. Discipline. Every day I wake up at 3 a.m. and I grind so I can protect my tribe. You know, I live at the gym. I'm one of those sicko freaks who like enjoys pain. You know, it's like when other people cry, I laugh because I guess my brain just registers pain differently. Like a doctor told me that was possible. That's how my brain works because it's so fucking screwed up. I can take anything. I'll prove it. You know what? I'll prove it. Insult me. Try to find a gap in my mental armor. Hit me. Tell me something I can improve on.
Danny, I think you talk a lot about your appearance, and I don't think you're that well dressed for this guest appearance on the show.
Ooh. He left. He's gone.
No, Danny. I was just trying to test your resolve. I didn't mean it, actually. I think you look great.
I'm getting some water.
Oh my God, he's crying.
No, he's not crying. Danny.
Made him cry, Max.
I didn't, Danny. You look a lot nicer than I do. I think your plain black shirt was actually a subtly stylish choice. That's very masculine.
Oh, he likes that. He came back.
Is that what you were going for, Danny?
What?
Nothing.
Sorry, I had to. Throat was getting a little. Throat was getting a little dry.
No, yeah. As it does.
Yeah, dude.
I feel you, Danny. Sometimes even dangerous metrosexuals, we get dry throats, you know?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah, you do. How was the water? Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Awesome. Are you ready for another open question floor, Danny?
Yeah, dude.
Cool. You're ready for
I'm
anything.
strong.
Yeah, you are. Look at you.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Does anyone have any questions for Danny before? Oh, look at him go. Anyone got any questions for Danny?
Yeah, Danny, as a father, what is the most important lesson you hope to teach your children?
Don't lose.
Yeah.
Don't let yourself be a loser. That's what I would say.
Gorgeous.
I mean, like Max, you and I get it. You know what I mean? Right? Every day, I'm never going to stop coming for you. I'm going to be coming for you every day if you try to get me down.
And Danny, you taught me to finish. You taught me to finish, buddy. Here we go.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
You and me.
Finish.
All right? Like this.
Like this. All right, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah, don't let yourself lose. Somebody comes at me, I snap back twice as hard.
Josh, you got any questions for Danny?
Yeah, on the theme of fathers, what was your relationship like with your father? What did he teach you?
Ooh.
I don't think. He was fine.
Nice. Thanks, Danny. All right. Danny, I think we're gonna move on to your review. How does that sound?
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. You need more water, or you all good?
I got water.
You got water.
Hell yeah.
I'm good. I'm here, dude.
All right. Now, Danny, I'm dying to hear, man. What did you think of the movie?
Other people don't get this movie like I do. Like we do. All right? I don't love this movie. I live this movie. You get it? We do facial exercises. We party. Masculine. Alpha stuff. American Psycho is for the guys like us. High testosterone. Dominant males with rough hands and calluses Like, back when you insulted me, that was actually so cool. That was actually so cool because it didn't even bother me, and you understand that. We're cut from a similar cloth. You and I, we could work together. You know what I mean? Like iron shaping iron, up our collective game. It's good to meet people who are just like you, dude. It's fucking rare you make a real friend like this so quickly. We are of similar value. So there won't even be competition between us for mates because we're so equal. Not that we'd ever let females drive us apart, right? Women, I hate them. But I love you, dude. Brothers for life.
Nice to meet you, Danny. Love that review, bud. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Glad you liked the movie. Glad to meet you. Glad to meet you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hell yeah.
Oof. All
Max,
right.
I have a question for you. Did him saying that he essentially loved you endear you more to that character?
No, I'm gonna tell you something that
Please.
I don't love what it says about me all the time, but guys like that often do. I think I'm kind of open and I'm loud, and so they latch on a little bit and go like, I'm gonna say my opinion, and hopefully he agrees and we're good. And
You're their safe space.
Yeah, but then it's on me to eliminate the safe space very quickly. You gotta be like, no, that's not what I'm here for. So I find them. That is a group I do not want the admiration of. My apologies, Danny. But if you know Max McCune, which you should now, 8th episode, it takes a lot for me to say I don't want the admiration of a group of people, and that is a group of people I do not want to like me. I'm not a fan of their approval. So yeah, getting roped into that, whoever wrote that one felt great. Awesome. Really made me figure some shit out. Which leads me to my guess of Avery Baker. Avery Baker. That is definitely who I think wrote that one.
We'll see.
No one else wrote one where the character says, I hate women. You and me, we're just alike, buddy. That's Avery Baker all the way. Okay.
You know what? Let's move on. Let's move past this topic.
Okay. We have 2 more left to go. Maybe my vote will change. We'll see. All right. So
ooh, that sucks. Okay.
Our next reader is Avery. So, Avery, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Mandy Ham. That's Ham without the E. I am somewhere between 25 and 35 years old, but a lady never tells if she doesn't know. I live in what I am pretty sure is a house, and the title of my review is My Husband Robert Watched a Movie and I Was There Too.
Oh, wow. Mandy, nice to meet you. Did you say Ham without the E?
Yes, no E.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. All right, Mandy, would you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Incredible first question, Vogue. And welcome to my crib. Just kidding. I sleep in a big girl bed and this is a mansion. After we got married, my husband Robert bought the biggest one he could find so that he wouldn't keep running into me. He's so funny. Like when we go to restaurants and he screams at the staff so hard that it's basically a human rights violation. But it's not all I'm so sorry. But it's not all fun and games with Robert. He's a very stiff businessman. But enough about him, am I right? As a wife, it is imperative to get hard and stay hard. That's why I stick to a strict diet of wild kale, beans, and free-range Alaskan-fed cod. Since you asked, my favorite word is Dutch. I absolutely adore red paint, and I've read exactly one book to completion. But enough about me, am I right? What's your name?
My name's Max, Mandy. But
Yeah.
we're here to learn about you. So
You have got to be kidding me. That's my husband's name.
pretty sure your husband's name is Robert, man.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, nice. This
So
has been
weird.
This has been a nice conversation. Mandy, we all want to get to know you a little bit more, right? Yeah? Down to answer some more questions? Okay, Mandy, what are you allergic to?
Baby carrots, pickled cucumber, and promises made to the American middle class. Wow, that was so great. No one's ever asked me a question before. But can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead, Mandy.
Thank you. What's his name?
I've been burnt before by thinking you and I think the same person is next to us in the Zoom grid. But if it's the blonde one, his name is Jeffrey.
You're crazy. Okay, Four Eyes. Can I talk to him?
Jeffrey, can Mandy talk to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Your resemblance to my husband Robert is practically unbelievable. What a coincidental identical. May I ask him another question?
Yes, you
want
can.
this.
And I will also let you know real quick, Mandy, he can hear fine. He just can't smell.
Oh, I can't. Okay. Would you mind saying the phrase, "Don't think too hard, you're already trapped"?
Jeffrey, go ahead.
Do I have to?
Yep.
Don't think too hard. You're already trapped.
It's like, who died and made you Robert? What's your name again, strange boy?
It's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey. You know what? I'll call you Robert for short.
I don't want this.
Mandy, we're going to move on to the next question. I'm sure. Thank you for entertaining our special guest, Jeffrey. I'm sure he loved it. Last question from me, at least. Mandy, what is one thing that instantly makes your day better?
Another question? Cut it out. I'm begging you. But since it's you, Robert, I value connection with my husband. His schedule's so crazy, so it's nice we have a little bit of time to ourselves.
That was awesome. That was
Yeah.
awesome. Now, I am going to open the floor to questions. After I ask one more, I rescind my earlier statement. What is the one book you have read to completion, Mandy?
Yeah, it's If I Did It, Confessions of a Killer by O.J. Simpson.
Okay. Floor is open for questions to Mandy.
I don't want to.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I think you've had enough participation.
I don't want
I'll-
to talk to her.
I'll shoot. I'll ask a question. What's your favorite food?
Oh my God. Robert, you know what my favorite food is. It's dry kale, a little bit of beans, and wild Alaskan fed cod.
I did tell you that already.
Robert, you're so silly.
Robert is so silly.
Hi, Robert.
I don't like this character.
All Robert. Just go with it. Anything else before we learn what Mandy thought of American Psycho? All right, let's move on. Mandy, would you tell us all what you thought of the movie?
Oh my God. I will never forget the night my husband Robert showed me this movie on our wedding night. At first, I was thinking, okay, Houston, we have an issue. But then I remembered But then I remembered, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the psycho. So I took my great grandmother's advice and said, ladies, it's time to throw down your tampons and pick up your arms. We're going to war. Robert tried it first, but he couldn't keep up. We got to dabble around in some fun things for a while, but ultimately I had to find a new Robert once my old one broke. Every Robert is different. Every Robert is special, but they all break eventually. That's why I take care of them in my hotel for Roberts. We're almost at no vacancy, but there's always room for more. Roberts come in all shapes and sizes and pieces. They offer me a love that no one can take away. Oh, Robert, so beautiful covered in red paint. He was just like the girls in his favorite movie, but worse. He fought, he screamed, and he died. He fought, he screamed, and he died like a bitch. He may have been my first Robert, but he certainly won't be my last. I love my husbands.
Whoa, Mandy. All right. Ooh. Thank you for your review. I think I'm a lot more scared of being called Robert now. Benign than it was a minute ago. What did everyone think of our second character, Mandy Ham without the E?
Terrifying. Terrifying.
I didn't.
That was
I
actually, yeah,
I
Jeff,
didn't like her.
you really got it.
I did not like that. I did not like her.
It's in the script. I'm so sorry.
Wow. All right. That was good. That was scary. I'm pretty I'm shaking in my boots. I'm gonna go also. Well done at the unlikability. That was all you, Avery. That was all you.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna vote. I think Josh wrote that one. I think I could also see Avery, but I'm gonna lock in first one for Avery, second one for Josh right now. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Anything could change. Our last reader, if you have not been able to use the powers of deduction to figure it out, is Josh Horst. Josh, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review? Jeffrey is shocked that it's Josh. I know, right?
I'm a little shy.
It's okay. What's your name?
What should I say? I'm only 8 years old.
Do you have a name?
What's your name?
My name's Max.
Why?
No, it's the name my parents gave me.
Do you like your name?
I do like my name. Do you like your name?
Why do you like your name?
I don't know, because I grew up with it. Because I like the
My
X.
name is Roy. Do you think I'm loud?
No, Roy, I don't think you're loud.
Oh,
Roy, do
That's
you
what-
like? Oh, never mind. Keep going, Roy.
that's what my dad says too. Do you know my dad?
I don't think I know your dad, Roy.
I think I'm loud.
Roy, would you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
My mom says I shouldn't talk to strangers.
That is good advice, Roy. That is good advice, and I'm not sure how to appropriately go about
Your
convincing.
mom's not here, Roy.
You know us. My name is Max. I'm not a stranger anymore.
I don't know anything else about you. You're just a stranger named Max. What's What's your favorite color?
I really like purple. What's your
What's your
favorite color?
What's your favorite food?
You want to know about me? My favorite food is sushi.
Why are your lips so big?
I don't know. It's just how they are.
You're really loud. Maybe being loud gives you big lips. Do
Roy,
you do you think my lips are big?
Roy, I can't really see. You're kind of far away. I think they're very normal. I think you look very normal, Roy.
Well, if my lips are small, then it means I'm not loud.
Roy, do you Roy, do you want to be loud? All right, Roy. I'm gonna move on to the questions section. Okay. Does that sound good, or do you have more you want to say?
You can ask me questions now.
Roy, this might not make a ton of sense to you because you're 8, but
My
how do
name is Roy and I am 8. I collect quarters. I have 48, but I'm missing Hawaii and North Carolina. I have a big map that I pull all of the quarters out onto, but sometimes I like to take them out and put them in the alphabet, or or just look at the pictures. Sometimes I bring my blanket outside and I sit on my house hill and I watch the birds. I like watching the birds. It is quiet and nice. But I am not quiet and nice.
uh okay, Roy. Um Roy, I want to hear a little bit more about you. So for this might not make a ton of sense to you because you're 8, but how do you deal with work stress?
What does stress mean?
Stress is when something just feels like it's too much and you don't like it.
What is work stress?
Uh does your dad work? It might be when he is having a hard time. Work he goes to every day.
I don't have work.
I should have known. I should have known, Roy. Um, how do you deal with stress when you're not feeling good? What do you do to feel better?
What's your work?
This is my work. I'm the host for this show.
Do you have work stress?
Sometimes when there's 8-year-olds and I don't know how to go about interviewing them, I get a little stressed. But then they're very nice and not too loud, and I have a lot of fun.
All you do is talk to 8-year-olds?
No, no, I talk to people of a lot of different ages. Some of them are 8.
Do you think people can have work stress if they don't work?
Maybe. Do you?
I think I have work stress.
Oh yeah. How do you deal with it? Or what does it feel like? No. Well, Roy, it's okay. Roy, do you want another question? Okay. Roy, if you could make one rule everyone in the world had to follow, what would it be?
I wish people wouldn't think things about me that aren't true or ask me so many questions.
Oh, I'm sorry. I asked you a lot of questions today, Roy. Um, does anyone else have any questions?
Sounds like he just said he doesn't want to get asked questions.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Um,
So I'm gonna respect this child's wishes.
there you go. Jeffrey, saint of the show. Avery, you got any?
Absolutely. Roy, why does your dad think you're loud?
There we go. the question on everybody's lips.
He actually
Speak up.
Wow.
he doesn't think I'm loud. He thinks I'm too quiet. And I thought, do you think I'm loud?
Oh, I'm not answering questions right now, Roy. Thank you so much, though.
I didn't know being mean to the children was an option.
It's not a real 8-year-old.
I have not been approaching it that way.
Okay, sorry. It is a real 8-year-old. Let's go.
Wow. All right, Roy. What did you think of the movie?
What movie?
Roy, you didn't watch the movie American Psycho?
I watched the movie with my dad. He said Patrick was a loser. Do you think there is an idea of Roy?
What is Roy? What does that mean?
Do people think I'm not there?
Oh, are you worried you're not loud enough, Roy? Are people ignoring you?
People say I'm quiet, but I'm not. I'm loud.
I do.
You'll
do.
see.
I will.
I'm going to prove it.
Right now?
This is the Prison Song by System of a Down. They're trying to build a prison. They're trying to build a prison. Following the rights movement, you clap down with the iron fist just became convenient, available for iron fist just be convenient, available for all the kids. I buy my crack, my smack, my bitch. Nearly 2 million Americans prison system. They're trying to build a prison. They're trying to build a prison. They're trying to.
Roy, that was great. That was really loud. I heard you. Did you have fun? Roy, do you have anything else you want to say? Well, rap on Roy.
He's going to sleep.
He's going to sleep.
He's
All
8.
right.
He needs a nap.
He needs a nap. Wow. All right. That was the most exhausting one. I had no idea how to talk to Roy. All right. What did everyone think of that character?
Max, I mean this as a compliment. I am impressed and a little mortified at your ability to interact with these weakly written characters, sometimes within the hour. as though they're real people. Like, you talking to Roy was ungodly. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying.
That's how I talked to the lighting designer who took too many edibles. That's what it felt like.
Oh.
this was by far the most taxing hosting 3 characters because I had to interact with all 3. There was built-in improv. They were not easy to talk to, and I had very specific relationships with each 3 of them. Fuck. Wow. Well done. Honestly, Josh, too well performed. Too well performed. I felt like there was. I really felt like there was a scared 8-year-old right there, and that made me uncomfortable. Whew. Any other thoughts on Roy?
Kudos to Josh.
Kudos to Josh. All right. Well, that actually fucked up my whole guessing thing because, like, I feel like Josh is the kind of one who would put System of a Down karaoke in his piece. I'm also not 100% sure he'd do it to himself. I'm also like, do I think Jeffrey knows who System of a Down is? I don't know what kind of music Jeffrey listens to.
Just that. That shit rocks.
I'm gonna put Jeffrey down now for this one, and just know that I might be doing some mental rearranging. We're gonna see. Right now, I have Jeffrey in as reading that one. All right.
Tough round, guys. Congratulations to all. Yes.
That was brutal. Now that
Right,
we've
it's
heard all the
champions.
reviews, let's hear everyone's. And again, we are going to revise this fuck, marry, kill rankings for the 3 characters. And we have a locked-in rule. We have a locked-in rule here at the Gaslight Game Show. You don't have to worry. If there are children, they're immediately killed. So all children die. Then we rank them. Roy's
Wait,
dead.
no, but I gotta kill Mandy. Wait,
No,
but I already
okay.
killed Roy.
Wait, I'm going to ask, I will give you carte blanche to do what you want, Jeffrey, knowing this. If you choose to kill Mandy, you have to either M or F Roy. So I would go with the locked-in rule that takes all of the responsibility off of you.
No, I'm gonna kill the kid. Obviously, I'm gonna kill the child.
All right, Roy.
Gonna kill the kid, Jeffrey Nolan.
Fuck. I guess I need to fuck Mandy, but I'm terrified about it.
You're going
I
to die.
don't wanna. I don't wanna at all. And I guess I have to marry Danny. This one sucked. This was terrible. None of these are good options.
That choice. Because it's actually worse to marry. Oh, that's okay. I'm saying mine now. It's worse to marry Mandy because she never has said what she thinks about just the randos. Maybe she has hookups, but these robots are dying and she is replacing them. And they're not even, are they? I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they're robots. I think they're real people she's harvesting as husbands. Okay. Either way, I don't want to be one of them.
Wait,
So
are you saying robot? You mean Robert?
no, she said the word robot at one point, but maybe I misheard. Here's what I'm actually thinking happened now. I think she said Robert and I heard robot, and I thought there was a different bend to the end of that story. Or robots in the script. Either way, she's killing and replacing husbands. That's what matters. Right?
That is what matters.
I don't think
Was there
I
a robot?
said robot.
Then
but
no one
I-
said robot, and I
I
think
have to go back and look.
Well, no one said robot, but my idea of it's actually pretty funny now that I thought they've never even messed with my original interpretation. I was just really able to rope in robots in there for some reason. I was like, fit it in. Okay, yeah. So Mary, God, I guess I gotta marry Danny. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of Danny. I'm gonna fucking turn him into a respectable person. I did not mean to say I would beat my husband just now. This is not-
Wait, there's no other way to interpret that other than a promise of
Child abuse
domestic
and
abuse.
domestic violence in
Okay, but if
this.
it wasn't my husband, you'd be fine with me beating him up. It's
I
the
mean,
man-
maybe
that's
more
not
so.
domestic violence. Yeah, that's messed up, Max.
God, this show better take off because I've ruined other opportunities by doing this. Because I don't mean to say. All right, I'm not gonna beat my husband. All right.
Wait, you're gonna let that guy just walk out of there untouched? Those are some vile opinions. You're just gonna let him waltz with that?
Josh, your turn.
I can't change anyone else's list. My list is the same as everyone else's.
Nice. I think it's the only way to go.
Yeah.
Disagree.
Yeah,
I think I don't think I'm in danger in the way that other people were with Mandy. I just don't. So I would marry Mandy because I think she has some pretty serious problems. But once you marry someone, you can just like institutionalize them. So like I don't feel like I
That's
gotta.
worse than what I said. That is worse than what I said.
Well, and
Oh
Mandy's
my
not, I don't
God.
think she's gonna kill me.
No,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Actually, I have no idea. But I have a feeling she probably won't. And then I guess oh yeah, I guess you gotta sleep with Danny. But I feel like it's gonna be the worst thing, like worse than institutionalizing your spouse. Like that would be the worst experience of my life.
I do think you're in less danger from Mandy than Danny, actually. I think you're right. I think it flipped it. Flipped it. Look
Yeah.
at the gender notions.
Uh,
Look at us.
Get this dialogue happening, all because of this movie.
All right. So
Wow.
I've still got a lot of inner turmoil going on about who wrote what, and it's gonna mess with my head for the next couple minutes. But while I'm figuring that out, I have to blindly rate the writing and reading that we have enjoyed. So, just so everyone knows, here is the scoring category with the points allotted. 5 points goes to the funniest written review. Which review made me laugh the most? 4 points, the best written review. Which review was crafted most cohesively? 3 points, most developed character. Which written character feels most alive? 2 points, best improvised response. Which contestant gave the best improvised response? And 1 point, best improvised question. Which contestant asked the best improvised question? So I am going to allot the points lowest to highest. So starting with 1 point, best improvised question. Which contestant asked the best improvised question? Now, I'm not allowed to award myself points. I'm personally saying that my "what would you change about my look" is the best improvised question. My second favorite improvised question was Josh with "what was your relationship like with your father?" I think that was important. That was important for what we learned about Danny. Best improvised response, without a doubt, when I asked Marnie, is that her name? What her favorite book was, and it was I Didn't Do It by, or If I Did It by O.J. Simpson. Sorry, I haven't read it. Killer response. That was great.
Killer.
Hey.
Really Fantastic.
For the most developed character, which one felt alive? I'm giving that to Roy. I thought there was an 8-year-old boy. And very hard for me to tell what came from Josh and what came from the script, which is impressive for both Josh and for whoever wrote that one. 4 points, best written review. Which review was crafted most cohesively? Not purely, it was good all around, but for the twist in it, the perfectly placed twist, Marnie, best written review for me. I think that actually jaw dropped. I was like, that's not where I thought this was going at all. And funniest written review, my boy Danny. I think I laughed the most at that one. That was the funniest for me. Okay. Points have been allotted. I now have to guess who wrote each review. You'll hear a little of my out loud deliberation. Okay. We're going to go in reverse. Roy was hard. I think Roy's either Avery or no, but Josh saying System of a Down. Who would do that? And would Josh do it to himself? You know what? Every time I doubt myself, it's worse. I'm going with my initial guess. I think Jeffrey wrote Roy. I think Josh wrote Marnie. And I think Avery wrote Danny. And I don't actually think that's all true, but I only have to get one of them right. So let's see where the rest of these points go. Who really wrote Danny? Dude, I'm going to get fucking punished this week. Okay. Fuck. Who wrote Marnie? Oh, dude, fuck my life. And who wrote fucking Roy? Wait,
was
I got it
me.
right.
You, the
Yeah.
powers
Every
of
time.
deduction that you
It's
mentioned
crazy that you
earlier.
get this wrong every time. You always think you're it's 3 people. It's
That's
so easy.
amazing.
That is so unintelligent of me. That is so actually not smart. That
Huh.
every time I assume that if I got 2 wrong, it means I lost the whole thing when I have no ability to track it. That's absurd. But I didn't lose. So
We can credit that to the stress and pressure of potentially having to perform one of these punishments.
I think it honestly is instantly the minute I lose one, I start being pissed that I'm doing a punishment that week and I stop paying attention to any reason. Yeah, I get mad. I think I'm not the best at hiding it. All right. Ooh, okay. Well, now that we know I didn't lose, we can have some fun. Will everyone please hold up your whiteboards with your score? Oh, fuck,
8 shit.
Jeffrey.
8 shit. Absolutely.
7 and 7 to negative 1. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
We worked so hard. We had such a long conversation about these fucking points so that we wouldn't die.
The mathematical improbability of that happening is exponentially larger than it was with our original scheme for this. I
will say, guys, we're math proof. We're math proof. You cannot, I specifically, Max McCune, you cannot plan against me. You cannot plan against it.
You know what? I'm only saying this because there is a chance. What if I'm wrong here? For all our viewers, one of my punishments is to do, I think it's one of those multiplication tables rapidly. Math is not my area of expertise.
You want to re-add your points?
Oh, wait, no,
Okay.
Avery, did you? No, wait, no, that's all right. The math's all correct.
Oh, okay. Well, then I trust Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, how are we making them tie? We're
Uh,
there we
I
go.
want that up. I want
That's
to shirt.
good. Jeffrey, we get to come up with a tiebreaker. This is one.
okay. All right, big
Tiebreaker.
news. I am going to hold up a number of fingers behind my back, and they need to guess.
That's really good. Okay.
Tight.
You didn't. How many numbers? Is it up to 5? Are you doing all 5, or is it an odd even thing?
How many fingers do you have?
Okay, I literally gave you another option of what this could be. so-
Okay. Out of my 5 fingers.
okay, Avery, guess first.
2.
Josh, guess second.
3.
Hey,
What do you mean you just didn't win? You didn't lose. Shut up.
I've
damn
never
it.
lost, sweetie.
Yeah, I know you never lost.
Josh won. Congratulations to our winner, and fuck you to our loser, I guess. I don't really know what the opposite of congratulations is. Well done, everyone but Jeffrey. Now, for each member of the game show, as some of you should know by now, we've compiled tailor-made punishments. We're going to review our list and find something truly awful to make Jeffrey do, just like we did last week. And since Jeffrey lost, he's going to put himself on mute so we can take a minute to discuss what will be done with him. He has to take his 5 favorite outfits. No joke. These are outfits he likes to wear. In 5 different locations, take a serious picture in them, showing he looks good. It is not a joke. He has to try to look good in those outfits. We then get to take all the pictures that are currently on his Tinder and pick one to replace with one of those of our choosing. Sound good?
Yeah,
I love
I'm
it.
for it.
I think that's
I'm
great.
excited
It also gives us a peek into Jeffrey's Tinder.
I'm excited to help Jeffrey find love. I feel like that's going to be
too.
fun because all love is found on Tinder.
If Jeffrey gets a date and she liked one of the pictures we picked and they get married, the wedding's live on Zoom for an episode. Just saying.
Can you imagine how much someone would hate that. Like, sorry, babe. My
I-
friends have to do a podcast.
I would leave. I'd be like, this is wrong to this woman. We are being bad people. If
Oh,
you
yes,
went
not
along with
Jeffrey.
it, yeah. All right. Well, Jeffrey, I feel like I don't have to explain it again. I think you probably heard what we're gonna do to you. Make sure you're ready for next week, okay, bud? Jeffrey Finds Love, episode 9. Unmute yourself. How do you feel?
Well, I don't like the humiliation of it. I am lonely.
Also, like, not even part of the show, Jeffrey, friend to friend. We're gonna knock the fuck out of your Tinder. You're gonna be like batting them away. You know what I'm saying?
I already am.
We're gonna queer eye
Hey,
you.
We're gonna queer eye you.
We would be the worst Queer Eye team in the entire world.
No,
The
I think
three
we
of
could
us-
kill
Actually, all four of us, if we were to walk into someone,
Dude, we should do it. We get famous with a new alt
someone having a hard time, like, yeah, my parent just died today, and we're like, you suck and your outfit is ugly.
All right. Well, you just watched live as not live. You're not watching it live. House.
We don't know that.
People at home, you are not watching this live, I believe, unless I'm not aware of how this show works, which has happened in the past. You watched as we developed our spinoff, which is the Gaslight Game Show Queer Eye. And queer is the very nebulous part of our spinoff. There's a little bit, but it's not enough to really put it on the title. All right. So that leaves us with one final matter, and it's learning what movie we'll be watching next week. The winner has the honor of choosing the next week's movie. Winner, Josh, please enlighten us with your selection.
Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
I was gonna choose
Wait.
that same movie.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That does rock. That kind of rocks.
Out on
Okay.
Netflix. I was like, that's it.
Nice. Fuck yeah. All right. Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Some claymation coming at you next week. I cannot wait. I hope that you cannot wait. And even if you can wait, don't, because you only got a week. To our audience, please feel free to watch along with us. We are all very excited about it, and we would be excited if you watched with us as well. Now, everyone, please listen. If you want us to chase you, try and run. Watch Gaslight Game Show on YouTube, listen to us on Spotify, and support us on our other platforms. We'll be coming out with a new episode every week, and we'd love to hear from all of you. Comment, reach out, be loud and annoying. We love that. If we get some undetermined amount of interaction, we're going to do highly questionable stuff. So promote our garbage and give us things. All right? Tune in soon for more torture. Bye now.
Good night.
Good night.
I said that.
Dude, speaking
Bummer.
of questionable things,
Go fuck yourself.
I didn't know I was gonna lose quite that badly. That was
Okay.
that was kind of devastatingly badly.
Jeffrey, I loved the going into the karaoke and sharing that on the screen. That was innovation beyond. That was great. I loved it.
I'm so glad I got that one right, because I was like, I was so close to being like, there's no way anyone else but Josh made him do that. But then there was part of me that was like, there's no way Josh made himself do that.
It opens a whole new world. I feel like we're opening new doors every week. Max, you did a good job. I think you did a very good job hosting today. We absolutely harassed you to the limits of what I think anyone could take.
I loved the harassment. I had no idea how to handle Roy. I had no idea how to handle Roy. I didn't want to like bring us past the things that had to be said during specific questions, but it was also like, is this him just not talking? It was good.
I wanted to thank you for selecting me to read as that character, because I really enjoyed reading as an 8-year-old. I had
You
a
did a really good job.
time.
You did do a
actually
good job.
I think you're oddly good at the kid characters.
Thank you. That's something that until this show, I don't think I'd ever played a kid before in my life.
That would make sense. I wouldn't have cast you as a kid. Avery, you had the most off-putting child.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. That's intentional. The only child voice I can do is the voice of, hell yeah, that's it. That's all I have.
Let's play a fun game where everyone holds their arm in the direction where Avery is. 1, 2, 3.
Damn it.
You lose, Jeffrey. That's what
There we
Funny
go.
thing is, we all saw each other differently too, so there was no point to that.
Okay, well, does everybody want to say what square Avery's in?
Bottom left.
Bottom. Wait, Josh, does that start top right? Which square is number 1?
This is just a list.
Jeff, Avery, Max, Josh. I like this one. What is this? Jeff, Avery, Max, Josh.
Why do you like it, Max?
Because it splits it up in a way it sometimes isn't split, which I find interesting.
I'm going to say most polite.
You think
Oh.
I'm more polite than Josh?
Josh is pretty polite.
That's true.
He may not mean it, but he is polite.
No, I was
He's
off.
aggressive.
You're right. I was off.
No, Josh isn't aggressive.
Slowest to fastest.
I'm fast.
You might be faster than me, Jeffrey. I actually have no idea.
I'm not strong. We
Most
saw
like
video evidence of that, but
to lose a bunch of arm wrestling matches in a part.
Ooh, that feels right.
yeah.
What realm is it in?
It is a feeling that, number 1, is most likely to feel.
Most likely to cry on camera at work. That's not it.
That's a funny list, actually. I want to discuss that after this.
Lust.
Shame.
Most likely to feel lust
So,
at
I
work.
feel like a lot of those feelings ones, Josh and I are usually further apart on. Like guilt.
That's
Compassion.
You're more compassionate than me?
I think I'm the nicest person.
Well, not the most nicest.
No,
That's
because I
me.
use proper grammar, you dumb slut.
That is Jeffrey.
I'm
Yeah.
so nice.
You dumb slut. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer. It is comfiest. It is most to least comfy.
Thank you.
Let me explain. Comfy, like just hanging out, you're pretty comfortable. Jeffrey has never broken a bone, ever. He eats once every 2 days. I don't think that much. He doesn't smell anything. He can't taste either. I don't think much.
How are these comfy things?
I don't. Well, I'm saying that not much ails you. You haven't flossed in 6 years, and yet you have no tooth pain. You are comfy. You're a pretty comfy guy. Avery, you're next. You have nice things. So you can dress in materials that suit you and don't irritate your skin.
Yeah.
Max, you are often reclined, but you are also fidgety.
I also have a mental illness that makes it feel like every part of my body that's touching a surface needs to change or my family will die.
Exactly. That's
That's it.
exactly it.
So I'm going to say it's very impressive, and I actually do believe you're below me, but it is impressive that you are below me.
Yeah, and I'm for self-explanatory reasons. Although perhaps not to the viewer. I have a tricky medical history, and now they know everything.
If you want to hear about it, watch episode 3.
Yeah, watch A Day in the Life. I go into a little bit more detail.
There we
Yeah.
go.
True.
Yeah.
Actually,
We should
Because
just start
you all
saying that
made
if you ever
me.
want
That
to.
was a good list. That was
that was a
creative.
good list. That was an
Yeah, thank you.
interesting
Solid one.
categories.
I want to see the list of who is most likely to cry on camera at work.
I'm definitely top. 100% me. I've cried at work before.
Wait. Ugh,
We are
Just-
all in separate states right now.
states
Cool
of,
fact for the viewer.
states of mind.
You might have been thinking they're probably
Don't
all in
ruin the
same state.
illusion. They think we're in one room that has 4 different surfaces.
We actually just sit in different corners. That would be insane if we all turned our cameras.
This is too much to say. This is inappropriate. But you know how in porn they have POV porn where like the person having sex is wearing the camera, so you think you're them?
Yes,
Like, like,
I'm aware of that. Yeah.
like if we, like if
We gotta get this Tinder thing going.
like if we had Jeffrey and Josh in the same room, I think one of them should have to wear the camera on their head, like the viewer is that person.
Who of the 4 of us, this isn't really a list, this is just more conversation. Who would you most want to wear a camera, like to see their like animal cam footage of like a day POV? Like,
Well, I
who
would
would
get-
you most like to watch?
I would get to see Jeffrey's dick, so that
Yeah, I actually, hands down, Max. Hands down, Max. It is.
I would say.
I feel like I love those little animal cams where the cat's walking around and meowing. I think those are hilarious. I
That's what I'm
feel
talking
like
about.
Max's life would be very similar.
So I think anytime I do something alone and it is regarding the safeguarding of my life or an object I own, which can be as small as my wallet to my car, I think you would yell the way you yell like when you see something you don't like on a TV. You'd go like, "Stop! Don't
I
do
would call
that!
you.
That's not how you do that." I think it would be stressful.
I
don't
am
know-
that type of
I
person.
currently do not know where my wallet is, and my car keys are in the center console of my unlock. Actually, no, I brought my car keys today. I left it overnight. No one's stealing my car. No one's looking at that car and going, "I'm going to see if the keys are in."
People steal
Unlocked?
the shittiest cars all
No,
the
I-
time
I
because no
locked-
one's gonna look for them.
I locked 3 of the doors. I don't lock the driver door because my
Oh
key,
yeah, that'll get them.
because my key doesn't work that great, so I don't want to lock myself out.
That your car one of these days is going to turn into a warm and stinky butt sex cavern, and I can't wait.
It already
for you-
is.
Your aunt and uncle? Is that?
Oh, stop! No, it's me.
Oh, pardon.
What?
Yeah. Pardon. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. That was the gross answer we gave.
So he's probably
How is
working.
this not a bigger emergency for you?
I don't know, man. It just it.
I mean,
I should.
I aspire
I-
to the kind of zen-like existence this is. That's nuts.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't induce zen. It's a forcible.
Do you feel
suppression.
calm right now? Do you
No.
feel at ease?
No, but I would feel less at ease if I was worried. My girlfriend says all the time, she's like, I have gotten so much calmer and more less like reckless. And she's reckless. She's like, I got way less reckless dating you because I'm always on edge that you're about to do something reckless. So I feel like I always have to be ready. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah. 100%. I believe that. You are. Oh.
So dating you is like having a. It's like having a differently abled toddler.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say something similar and chose not to.
A differently able toddler who knows how to fuck. That was fucked.
Jesus. Oh my God.
What?
Holy
That-
fuck. Oh my God.